everybody, my name's Nikki, welcome to Yougo Camping. So this week's video I'm going to talk about how to minimise your environmental impact when you go camping. It's a topic that I'm really passionate about. You've heard me talk about it in a few other videos about how I try and be as eco-friendly as possible when I'm camping, actually throughout my whole life. I'm not an angel and I'm not a saint, but I'm working my way to it as much as possible. So I thought I'd just introduce you to some of the things that I always take with me, or to some of the considerations that I make when I'm going camping. I believe strongly that when we are camping, we're stewards of nature. So we should try and follow that well-known mantra of take only pictures and leave only footprints, because it's really important to try and keep our environment for our future generations. So what I've done today is I've kind of split it out into personal hygiene, cleaning, rubbish, and then portable water and things like that. So we'll park that one for a minute. Well, first of all, let's talk about personal hygiene. Now, this is a really personal topic, obviously, but if I'm just going to run you through some of the things that I take with me, and you'll see these are quite similar in the video that I did about camping hygiene anyway. Okay, so first of all, when you're thinking about personal hygiene, let's talk firstly about things like soaps and cleaning products. So if you're thinking about your soap and your cleaning product, you really want to be trying and make sure that it's as planet friendly as possible. So that means it's got no nasty chemicals that can end up in the water system. This is actually much easier than it seems. It just means that swapping some of your soaps out for more eco-friendly ones. I really recommend a brand called Faith in Nature. They make some of the most gorgeous soaps you've ever smelt. This is the coconut one. I've got the tangerine one upstairs in my bathroom. I literally bought this one a couple of days ago and I can't wait to use it. It smells lovely. But again, these are all made out of plant-based materials and they're absolutely lovely, and they're all vegan and eco-friendly as well. So yeah, these are great. I also use shampoo bars. I use these at home as well as camping. The bonus with using bar soap is that you're not going to get it all over yourself if it decides to leak into your bag, which obviously it can't. I actually can't remember what brand this is, but I'll try and find a link for it if I can remember what brand it is. But they're a fantastic shampoo bar company. There is a very famous UK high street retailer that sells shampoo bars. I don't shop there personally, but if you wanted to, you could get them from there. I won't be mentioning them in this video, but yeah, you can get them from there. Some supermarkets have started to stock them now. I tend to go for the shampoo bars that foam up a lot better, and they're generally round and they look like they've got bits in them, over the ones that look a little bit more like a bar of soap, like these ones, just because my hair doesn't really like the ones that look like a bar of soap. It prefers these ones, but once you get the ones that are right for you, it's brilliant. This is another brand I absolutely love. They are Antler Native by Suma Whole Foods. So this is the patchouli and sandalwood conditioning bar. It's absolutely gorgeous. It smells amazing, but they do all sorts of different scents as well. The lavender one's just divine as well. Again, this is SLS free, paraben free, cruelty free, vegan, made in the UK, all of the things you love. And again, being bar soap, it's not going to leak everywhere. Bonus. What I will say about using bar soap is always make sure that you have some sort of soap dish or something that you can leave it out to dry, especially with the conditioner bars and the shampoo bars. They do need to dry between uses, otherwise they end up a mushy mess. So yeah, with the shampoo bars, I've got mine in a couple of tins like this, but you can get very cheap soap dishes. You can get them online, you can get them in local shops. It's quite simple. I've got there's actually a plastic one that I carry with me. I'm going to try and swap it out for wheat straw soon. But yeah, so these are really great. Sticking with the personal hygiene side of things, I like to use reusable face wipes instead of things like wet wipes or baby wipes, which are what people generally tend to use when they're camping. These are really great because all you need to do is make them wet, use them and do whatever you want to do with them, give them a rinse out and then hang them up to dry. I've got two different types here. They're both made out of bamboo, but they're both bamboo cotton, and these ones are slightly softer than these ones, but they're both lovely, and I've used them absolutely loads, and I just chuck them in my washing machine when I get home. They come in a great little bag here. This has actually just come out of my washing machine, which is why there's so many in there. But yeah, so yeah, once you've got all your dirty ones, pop them in the bag like this. Don't worry, these ones are clean. and then zip the bag up like that, and then you can just throw that in the washing machine and you're not going to lose them, which I think is really, really great. And when you get them out, just hang them up to dry and they're ready to use again. I've switched to these and I really like it. I actually think it's probably slightly better for your skin, but obviously it depends on your skin, but it's done my skin wonders, so love these. So the last personal hygiene thing I'm going to talk about is the Moon Cup, which is obviously for women rather than men. But the Moon Cup is a reusable menstrual cup, and I'm not going to take it out of the bag because that's a bit weird, but it looks like this. They're really, really great. They go inside, they collect what they need to do, and then you can give them a rinse out with some water wherever you are, and wipe over with a tissue if you want, and then reinsert and you're ready to go again. These are brilliant because they are made out of medical grade silicone. They don't have any extra chemicals or any harsh things like that, so you're not having to worry about carrying all sorts of extras and disposing of loads of rubbish. It's literally just insert and go, take out, clean it, pop it back in again, and you're done. It makes things a lot more comfortable and a lot easier. Obviously there is a case of you have to get slightly more close and personal with yourself, but I think that's a good thing because it just means that we all understand how our bodies work. So this is the Moon Cup. So the next area I'm going to talk about is your washing up and keeping all of your crockery and your cutlery and your cooking bits and pieces clean. Again, it's really important to do this because as much as camping's a little bit of a dirty activity sometimes, and you're always going to end up having a bowl of soup with a couple of blades of grass in it, keeping things a bit cleaner is always going to make everyone a bit happier. So I use Ecover washing up liquid. This stuff's really great. I've got really sensitive skin and this doesn't make me itch or flare up or anything. It's marvellous. It's all eco-friendly, it's all plant-based. It's absolutely fine for septic tanks, and I think it's even cruelty and vegan free. It's all of the good stuff. I had this sample bottle ages ago, so I just keep refilling it, which is, you know, better than getting a new one every time. So yeah, Ecover's really good. Again, I do my washing up with a wooden brush like this. It's a little bit scratchy, but for camping stuff it's absolutely fine because none of that's non-stick anyway. So this is really good and you can get into the bits that you need to. So I recommend these two. I also use, this is Life Ventures biodegradable soap. I just put it in a different bottle because the bottle was a lot bigger for how much soap I had left. This stuff's really good. It's actually quite concentrated, so you only need a tiny amount at a time, which is why I've had the same bottle for ages. I use this generally more for washing clothes than I would myself or my washing up, although you can use it for that, just because it's a little bit harsher. But again, it's biodegradable, it's fully earth friendly, so you can use that. So yeah, that is what I do my washing up with, and I keep everything in this little box here, and I keep a tea towel in there as well, just to keep things nice and dry, which is really cool because it just means that you can pop everything in like that. Oh, get it all in. So it just means that you can pop everything in like that, pop the lid on, and then stick it in your kitchen box, and you'll know exactly where everything is. So I generally tend to use a collapsible washing up bowl because this is obviously a little bit small, but I don't know where it's gone, but it does fit in here with everything else. So this is my eco-friendly washing up set. Now, an important thing to think about when you're camping is what you're going to do with your rubbish. Most campsites these days are really good at recycling, so it's always worth asking the owner, saying, how can I recycle my rubbish, where can I put it? It's really important as a tent owner especially to make sure that your rubbish is kept in one place, or at least kept out of the way. So carry a rubbish bag with you, preferably a recycling bag or whatever recycling they do on site. If you've got food waste, make sure you pop it in a composting bag because a lot of sites will let you do composting. Do check with the site whether or not the composting is for meat bones if you're a meat eater, or whether it's just for things like fruit and vegetable peels. So keep those two separate if you need to. But always carrying a bag and a couple of bags that you can pop your bits and pieces in. It keeps everything tidy, stops inviting animals around, and again means that something's not going to fly off in the wind and end up getting stuck in a tree where you can't find it. So yeah, these are the two bits that I carry for rubbish collection. So my last consideration is about taking reusable bottles and reusable crockery and cutlery. I've seen lots of campers in the last few years camping with things like disposable plates and disposable cups. It just doesn't need to be done, and all you're doing is putting extra rubbish into the system. Not only that, it's also costing money because you've got to buy them every time and they're just disposable. So it makes more sense to carry something like a reusable water bottle And as you've seen in our camping cooking video, I use things like Sistema pots and as you've seen in our cooking equipment video, I use Sistema pots and things for my food and crockery, so that makes it a little bit easier there. I really recommend Water to Go as a company. They're a great British company, and what's best with these is you can fill up your Water to Go bottle from any water source that isn't salt water. So if you're out hiking and you have run out of water, stick it in the river, and this filter here will actually filter out everything that needs to be filtered out. So you've got perfectly healthy, happy, safe water. So these are really great. I generally tend to take one of these with me pretty much wherever I go. Even these things like I can fill up a water bottle from a local petrol station. I'll, get some water from there, and I know that it's going to be healthy. It's not going to be full of rubbish, and it actually tastes better generally. Another thing I carry in my bag at all times is my Soya Mini water filter. These are absolutely amazing. They fit onto most single-use plastic bottles, so things like water bottles, cola bottles, things like that. They fit on the top there, or it does actually come with its own bottle as well. But it's great that the thread works for both. So they fit on top like that. You fill the bottle up with your dirty water, and again, squeeze it through, and you've got, I think it does up to around about 10,000 gallons of water. I'm not quite sure how much that is in litres. I'll pop it up here when I find out. But yeah, so you're rarely ever going to use it too much. It filters out 0.1 micron. It says it filters 0.1 microns, absolute hollow fibre membrane. So this is really good. I would probably trust the Soya slightly more than I trust Water to Go, but I think, to be honest, they're probably both as good as each other. But the Soya just stays in my bag. This doesn't really weigh anything, and you can fit it in line to a camel pack if you're hiking things. I love them, so it just means that you can pick water up wherever you go. So I would 100% recommend taking your own water bottle as well, just because then you don't have to go and buy water and add to the single-use plastics problem. So the very last thing I'm going to talk about is camping toilets. A lot of people take a portable toilet away with them, and obviously they need toilet chemicals to make sure that's nice and clean and washed out. And traditionally toilet chemicals have been quite harsh and you can't use them in different scenarios, but there are some companies out now that are making a lot greener alternatives. So I know AquaChem Green is one of the more biodegradable and eco-friendly alternatives for toilet chemicals. I'd really recommend trying to go with these because, again, it just minimises your impact a little bit. So if you found that video helpful, that's really nice. If you could drop us a like, and if you've got any more tips to being a little bit more eco-friendly when you go camping, I'd love to hear them in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button, and you'll get notified of all our new videos. And we hope to see you on a campsite soon. Bye.